what's going on down here. But so I just want to say this really clearly. The image that y'all see in the caption of the video is this guy that I've been following on Instagram, whose name is Reggie Art. I don't know what I want to call him. Like, is he an influencer? An artist? I guess an influencer artist. That's what you would call it. But so he posts a lot of stuff. And I did a video of about a couple of months ago, and I was struggling with the content then. And I'd be trying not to um ignore the brothers. I'd be trying not to ignore black men because they'll be quick to say that we checked out on them. We didn't. Our transition was because we couldn't cut it. And we the shame and we beneath them. They'll spin that narrative, and if we're not around, they'll spin that narrative, a negative narrative of trans people. So I do take a back seat sometimes. You don't get the support back from cis people or back from people who were born with one genitalia and accepted it and just work within that sphere, and that's just it for them. They grow into whatever performance that is for them. And I even though I feel like the relationships are one-sided a lot of times with those people, I still try not to cut those people out. I try to stay engaged with those people. I'ma reserve my negative comments for him. I'm not gonna make a an assessment of him in this video. I'm not going to give a full breakdown of assumptions that I may have or notions that I may have about him. But I'm gonna say this. I've watched him move and I watched some things that he said. There were two things that he said today. So he presented a story about a trans person who was sleeping with a young boy. And there was not enough information to form an opinion. Like, it was literally just a situation where the boy was told, there was a couple of sentences that said the boy was told something, then the boy went over there and killed. Like, we don't know the whole story. We don't know if, the boy pursued, the trans person and then found out what the tea was and then it backfired, or if the trans person told him and they had and then he felt guilty about it. We don't know what it was. Like, it was just not enough information to surmise what happened, who was the predator, who was the prey, who was wrong and who was right. There was not enough information. It was such a little clip, and the way that he framed it was just very insensitive to the transhuman being. Like, it was just very insensitive. And what I noticed is that when he does use his platform to talk about queer people or to talk about feminine people who were born with male genitalia or born with the XY chromosome, he does not ever have anything positive to say. It's only negative things. Like, whenever he shares anything, it's a negative. And so if you don't have anything positive to say about that particular community, then why speak on them at all? Like, if you don't have nothing positive to say, if that's just something that you don't vibe with, you don't respect, why even give it breath? Why even give it any type of power? So, that's the part that troubles me with that. And then he made a comment about Dane Calloway. And I think it's like the pot calling the tea kettle black because this is what you use your platform for. If you could capitalize off of your platform, if you were able to capitalize off your platform, you would. It's obvious from the content that you post that you are building something that you want to get a return investment on. It's the topics that you choose to entertain, the things that you choose to speak on. You know, it's obvious the direction in which you're heading in. And so these would be the pointers that I would have for you and the suggestions that I would have for you in the future. If, because you said, if you want to debate me, come on my live because I don't want to argue backwards and forwards in the comment section. I'm going to send you this video. Um, I would have a conversation with you on a platform that was one we both respected. We would both have to respect them. I would have to know the basis of the conversation. Are we finna sit up and talk about some indoctrinated, colonized things? Or are we going to speak about lived experience? Are we going to you pull from our community and pull from our experiences, pull from our ancestry? Are we going to be reading in books? Because books are based on people's lived experiences. Books are based on people's testimony and their research. And so, if my research is my family, my research is my community, because my research is not as documented as, say, a Black man's research. I have lived as a woman. I've had woman experiences, although I was born with male genitalia. I have had experiences a lot of people who are born with penises do not have. And so my journey is not as documented, it's not as researched. And so that wouldn't be fair to you because I have lived experience and can speak to it. So you wouldn't be the person that would be able to have a debate about trans issues or queer issues because you're not even informed enough to speak about beings with just respecting how they want to be identified. We are human beings. We have the right to name ourselves and to call ourselves what we are. We are not walking on four legs. We're standing on two. And so we have sovereignty and autonomy to name ourselves and to call ourselves as we see ourselves. That is our free will. That's our divine right. That's what separates us from the beings that crawl on their bellies and walk around on 4 feet. The fact that we can stand and have opposable thumbs, it gives us the grace and the capacity to speak to who we are as individuals, speak to our DNA, speak to what's going on in our DNA. So I'll be willing to have that conversation with you depending on who's facilitating the conversation, because it's not going to be the brotherhood. It's not going to be business as usual. It's not going to be any of that. It will have to be a respectable platform because I don't see your platform as respectable. I don't think that it would be fair to bring you on my platform because you would be at a disadvantage. It's stupid to try to argue with somebody in their house. You know, so I wouldn't want you to argue. I'm not going to argue with you at your house, and you're not going to argue with me at my house. But we can meet at somebody's house who we respect. But what are the intentions? Is the intentions to collectively heal, or is the intentions of you to try to shame, for you to try to put down, for you to try to swing your dick around and prove that you're a manly man? What is the objective? That's what I would have to know. Because whenever I say something to you in the comment section, whenever I comment, I click heart emojis on your videos. I engage with you in a positive way. But when I feel like you are rude and disrespectful with your platform, I let you know. I'm never rude or disrespectful to you. I don't speak on things or about things that I don't have that much knowledge about. And when I do, I speak thoughtfully. And so, if you feel like you don't have to respect trans people or you don't have to respect queer people. Don't sit up here and talk about black love and black unity and black this and black that and why black people don't get out and vote. And then in with the other breath that come out your mouth, you insulting trans people like trans people can't be black and trans at the same time. Like gay people can't be black and gay at the same time. Like people can't be indigenous and black at the same time. Like I gotta be black and African and black and heterosexual and black and cisgendered. No, I can chew gum and walk at the same time. Two things can be true at the same time. So if you want to have a conversation, if you want to communicate, let's get a venue. Let's get a venue. Let's really do this. Let's have a conversation. Let's get some elders. Let's invite some elders. Some elders from both our communities. And let's hold court. Down the noun that I say cool, it keeps spinning and turning. Yangani, Iyanko Kalukalo, which means I am a child of God, goddess. And if I am, you know you are. I light this candle in honor of our ancestors who have come, who will come, and who are here. A man, a woman, Lelim, Lele.